Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. I really truly appreciate it. You could have been doing anything else, but you came here. Thank you so much. So first off, I am Lewis Porter Jr. If this is your first time in the channel, where we talk about all kinds of fun stuff, from comic books to role-playing to all kinds of stuff. So today, this one kind of came out of the blue with me thinking about stuff and just like, oh, I don't think we've ever talked about this, and I don't think many people talk about this. Here's the question for the day. Who is the largest chain of comic book stores in the US? Are you marketing directly to them? So it's, of course, it's a two-part question. And the first part, who is the largest chain? So I had to start doing some research on that. I'm like, oh, I know some people have good-sized chains. But then I was like, well, wait a minute. Let's talk about the biggest. Like, who is like a really big chain that you know about? And this came up because I was reading yesterday. I guess it was yesterday it happened. Or technically, yesterday it came out in the news that Coliseum of Comics here in Florida, they're in Central Florida, has bought some stores in Jacksonville. And Coliseum is a very well-known, respected comic book stores in Orlando. I've been to several of them. They're all top-notch, good stores. And I was just like, oh, they're buying, so they're trying to expand. They apparently have gone to Jacksonville, which is actually a great idea. And, it's not that far from Orlando, relatively speaking. And it's like they're looking to expand. So it looks like Coliseum is looking to maybe branch out, maybe all over Florida. So that got me thinking, like, ooh, I wonder how people have stores. So Coliseum, let me do my math real quick. Coliseum currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 9 stores. And that's, 9 stores is a lot of stores. So I kept thinking, like, well, how many people have, like a lot of stores? And I said, well, what's a lot? I'm like, 5 is a lot. If you got more than 5, that's pretty solid. And I was like, okay, well, let's talk. Let's talk about some stores. Let's do some research. Let's find some stores that have at least 5. And we'll go from there. So one of the first ones that came up is a store I know about. I haven't been to, but I would like to. It's in a weird area that I know kind of well. That is in Maryland. It's Third Eye Comics. They have 5 locations. Annapolis Comics, Annapolis Games, Lexington Park, Waldorf, and Richmond. I know about them through reputation. I've only heard good things about them also. Then I heard about New Dimension Comics, and New Dimension has 6 stores, and I'm like, okay, that's a solid. They're out of Pennsylvania. Yeah, you can, for all the stuff I'm talking about, I'll put links for the stores so you can check them out directly if you live in the area or just curious in general. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Next up was New England Comics, which they had 6 stores also, and it was like, oh, okay, 6 good stores. They've been around for a long time. I remember them when I used to live in Connecticut. That's right, I grew up in Connecticut, if you've forgotten. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Then I heard about another one out of Houston called Bedrock City Comics, and they have 6 stores, and it's all around Houston. So I'm like, all right. And I have some friends in Houston, so now I have another reason to go visit them. That's always important to me. Next up, we had this is Comics and Stuff. They were in Vegas and San Diego, if I'm still correct, and they had 8 stores. Solid number. 8's a solid number. Let's be honest. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, so that's another story. I don't know much about them. I can't speak, but I just know they've got 8 locations. That's pretty impressive. Next up, Graham Crackers, which I did not know. I did not know who these people were. I'm like, Graham Crackers, never heard of them. They're apparently out of Chicago. They have, I believe it's 12 stores. Their 12th store is in Temecula, California. So they have 11 stores in the Chicagoland area. Is that the phrase we're using now? Chicagoland? So that's a good solid number. That's what I like. I like those numbers. Plus they have 1 more in California. So I don't know why that is the way it is, but the 12 stores is impressive no matter how you get. Then we got to Newberry, and I'm not going to lie. Newberry was the largest that I'd ever seen. I've known about Newberry Comics. I never really thought of them as a large chain of stores. It's just, I never thought like that. It's just like, oh, I know they got a lot, but I didn't know how many. And when I counted it, it was kind of weird. So I want to count this right live so you can understand how many locations this one comic company has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. They have 28 stores. Now, that's the largest number I know of. I don't know of any larger. If there are somebody larger, please do us a favor, leave us a comment, let us know. But I don't know if many people have 28 comic book stores, you know, that are, I mean, that's dude, that's a ridiculous number. That's like real chain numbers. Like, you get to 20-something stores, you're a real chain. I mean, they're basically the 30. Let's just say 30 to be lazy. 30. That's a lot of stores. That's a lot of integrating stores. That's a lot of organization between all these stores. And to me, it's like, okay, with so many of these kind of things, and don't get me wrong, there's tons of one-off comic book stores everywhere. I know. I mean, there's tons of them. But when you have stuff like, it's like, how many could there be of these large numbers? And I've got to wonder, like, since they're doing that many stores, how often do people like approach these stores to do that? Now, I know, like, even our little town here in, you know, South Florida, we have people come to stores, and like, we're talking the main stores down here besides Tate. Tate has technically 3 stores, and his next competitor has 2 in the area, and another competitor has 2. But, you know, we're not talking 5, 10, 15. You know, we're talking good, you know, reasonable numbers. So I wonder, if you're a new person coming out, of course you're going to try to approach Diamond to get in distribution. Well, Diamond may not be that important anymore now with all the changes going on, but that's a video for another time. Do you approach these stores and say, hey, I want to do a deal with all your, you know, line, your chain of stores. I want to find out how I can get my product in all your stores, and we want to do cross promotions with you? Because to me, that would be the smartest deal. Now, like I said, Newberry's out of, you know, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, you know, New York. What would you do to get them on your list of people that you need to see? I mean, okay, look, let me describe it like this. They've got a large footprint of stores. You're a small publisher. If things work out right and you could get, you know, let's say Newberry, let's just say you get 5 of your product in each one of their store. 100 products. 100 good fans. 100 solid good fans who like your product. That's nice. That's pretty impressive. Instead of chasing down, you know, one store, you get this one conglomerate to buy 100 copies from you. I'm pretty sure you'd be like, yeah, we can cut them a deal. Yeah, we can find some money for them. Yeah, we can do some more stuff for them. Because, you know, that's how fan bases are built. And when you're a small company, you've got to figure out ways to do that. And if a larger company like a Newberry was getting this stuff in, their competitors who are in the area around them, let's be honest, we all know there's comic book competitors everywhere, they might see this and they might want to reach out to you. Or even better, you reach out to them. So I got to wonder, like, are people doing this? Because I don't really hear a lot of people focusing on chains to get some. I hear people focusing on Diamond. And of course, it's only natural to focus on Diamond. Diamond is the largest distributor. Well, was the largest distributor. You know, Marvel and DC, they had them for 25 years, and everybody went along. So now, with Marvel and DC leaving them, what opportunity does this lead for you as an independent publisher and what you can do? What different thing can you try that you haven't seen before? What unique thing are you going to use to get yourself into stores? Because, you know, on Diamond, you were just, you know, one of many. You're just lost in the big, thick book of stuff. But now, that's not going to happen anymore. So how do you move yourself up in a position where you can get more interest from stores? I think you're going to have to market directly to these stores. I think you don't have a choice anymore. I think waiting for Diamond to help you out is really a waste of time. If you could find a way to, you know, even do small distribution deals. I mean, you know, Newberry, you know, with their 28 stores, if you can find to make them a deal, say, hey, we'll send you 100 copies for a book, or we'll send you a specific cover that's very unique, or we'll tie it in with an appearance at a signing, and we'll talk about something. Just find something to get multiple stores interested in what you're doing. That would be huge. But the biggest problem is that most stores in comic books, let's be honest, in comic book stores, are not chains. They're one-off stores. There's one store here, there's one store here, there's one store here. And like I said, I did a little research and I found these. And, you know, I didn't see any in California. That doesn't mean there isn't any. I just didn't find any. And if you can find a location that's got 5 or more stores, you can really do some great work there. But that's the thing. You got to do the research. You got to do the work part. You got to do that hard part. And not everybody's doing that. Some people are doing it. Some people are not. That's all I can say to that. So, do yourself a favor. Look at these chains of comic book stores. Reach out to them. If you're doing some stuff, why not reach out to them? Why not talk to them? see if you can get a deal made, and if you can, see if you can both help each other grow and make more money, because that's the business we're really in. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will talk to you all later. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you could do us a super huge favor and click on that like button for this video, or even better, subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. As always, thanks for your support.